Hello Radio Legend for Life here, and holy crap, I'm on time with a video for once. What is this, 2015? Or 2016? I don't remember when the last time I was on time with a video. So this is big. Okay, if you're wondering for one thing, it's a long story. I might tell it later in like a live stream, because I do want to live stream probably Monday-ish. That's my goal. I don't know. I'm not going to promise that. That's my goal, though. Maybe the 31st. I like, because I used to do live streams on the 31st. But it's like not till next Saturday. Anyway, point is, I might live stream on Monday, so keep an eye out for that. I'll keep you guys updated more so later. But however, oh my god. The Mutants. Okay, this is cool. This is the new archetype, okay? Pardon me. So, Mutants is a brand new archetype out of Phantom Rage. And it's really interesting. I'm sure most of you guys have already seen a bunch of stuff about it. I really want to give my thoughts and opinions on this, because this is some breath of fresh air that I've been looking forward to, okay? This deck has a really interesting playstyle and some cool gimmicks that I really, really like. Not to mention, it's god dang beautiful with its artwork. And I can't wait to start really playtesting and like theory crafting. This is the stuff I look for with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a deck that looks good both by itself and also is good with other stuff, because, oh god, my favorite part of the game is building decks. So, the Mutants is a brand new deck out of Phantom Rage, TCG exclusive. Was revealed by... Do they have the video here? Oh yeah, a YouTuber named Ruggles. I have never heard of this guy. So, yeah. I don't get it. I've never heard of Ruggles. But hey, if he's good, I'll check him out. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, speaking of, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and share my videos. It goes a long way to helping me out. So let's talk about Mutants. I'm probably going to call them Mutants more than Mutants, just because it's easier. But however, let's go ahead and start talking about them. I'm going to save the trap for later, because I want to do it with monster spells and traps. So let's start off with the first monster, Myutant MO5. Now, something really cool that the YGO organization points out is that the letters in their names stand for what they're searching. As for the numbers, who knows? So, Mutant number 5, or M05, Water Psychic Effect Monster. 0 attack, 500 defense. Right off the bat, I'm loving this. Low-level Psychics means E-Telly. Okay, that's really, really good. Level 2, 0, 500 attack, well, 0 attack, 500 defense. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add a mutant monster from your deck to your hand, except a copy of himself. You can tribute this card and banish one card from your hand or face-up field. Special summon one monster from your hand or deck based on the banished card. If you banish a monster, you can summon Mutant Beast. If you banish a spell, Mutant Mist, Trap, Mutant Arsenal. You can only use each effect of Mutant M05 or M number 5 once per turn. Right off the bat, I love this. On summon, you get to search out any of your other monsters in the deck. And then, you can tribute him, banish a card from your hand or face-up field, and summon any of the 3 big guys, depending on whichever one you, well, banished. So, basically the idea with this deck is that these little guys are like fusing with something else to create the bigger ones, and then the bigger ones can fuse into, well, fusion monsters. I love it. I love seeing more fusion decks. I love fusions. I would probably say they are my second favorite summoning mechanic under Pendulums, and seeing a new fusion deck is just so cool. So this is a really cool card, and also this bottom text here is shared amongst all the level 4 lowers. Well, except for I think this guy. Yeah, kind of. He's got a different version of the same effect, but yeah. So, next up we got Mutant ST46, or Spell and Trap 46, because, well, what does he do? On summon, he searches out a Mutant Spell or Trap card, and then he has the exact same thing as MO5. So, yeah, the numbers stand for, well, the letters stand for what they search. As for the numbers, I'm trying to figure that out. I mean, I know that, what was it? I'm thinking of 42, because something I learned from Soul Eater is 42 means death in, like, Japanese. That's why in Soul Eater, to call the Grim Reaper, you type in 42, 42, 564. and 564 meaning murder. So fun stuff. Fun stuff. Wordplay, and also number play. But however, I don't know what this could mean. I mean, it's probably got something to do with word and number play. I don't know. It'd be really cool. People who know more about other stuff, please let me know, because that'd be really cool to figure out what these mean. Obviously, ST stands for spell and trap, but who knows. Moving on, though. Oh, yeah, he's got the reversed stats of MO5, so not really much more to really say about that. Then we got Mutant GB 88. So what? He searches Gladiator Beast? No. But however, I'm really sorry, guys. My allergies are acting up really bad today. So that's just an issue I got to deal with. So GB 88, 4-star water, 500 attack, 500 defense. Is it just me, or does this thing almost look like that Q Tora thingy from the what was it called? The Silvery Calcos archetype? It almost looks like one of those things. But still really cool looking. And GB88, Water Psychic Effect Monster, 500 attack, 500 defense. During your opponent's main phase, if Mutant Evolution Lab is in your field zone, as a quick effect, you can spell summon this card from your hand. If this card is spell summoned during your opponent's turn, you can tribute this card, then banish one card from your hand or field face up field. Spell summon one of your level 8 mutant monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. You can only use each effect of GB88 once per turn. So he's kind of like the worst of the, well, two of the three little guys, mainly because he only summons your big guys from your graveyard or banished. But, however, it's any level 8, and unfortunately the fusion is, well, level 9, and then the other's level 10. So, unfortunately, you can't revive the fusions with him. But, however, being able to bring back your smaller guys, well, your smaller big guys, the level 8s, from your graveyard or banished, especially since you're probably going to be banishing them with ST and MO. So that's really good. I don't think you're probably going to play as many of him as you're going to play ST and MO, just simply because, well, he's not able to summon them from deck, and that's more important. That being said, though, I like how you can just easily cheese them out and then instantly go straight into a big one, because that is really important. Because ideally, you want to get out one of these guys, one of the big ones, out with ST or MO, and then during your opponent's turn, use GB to summon out another one, preferably one that like you banished off of ST or MO, so then you have two of the big guys out. And that's important because all three of them are negators. They're all negation. They all got good stats. So this is Mutant Beast. And level 8 Earth Beast effect monster, 2400 attack, 2400 defense. Cannot be special summoned except the effect of a mutant card. Your opponent cannot target this card with monster effects. You can only use each of the effects of Mutant Beast once per turn. When your opponent activates a spell card or effect, quick effect, you can banish one card from your hand or field, negate deactivation, and if you do, banish that card. If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can target one of your banished mutant traps, add it to your hand. And this is something that recurs with all of them. Mutant Mist, level 8 Wind, Spellcaster, for some reason. 2700 attack, 2900, cannot be spell summoned except with the effect of a mutant. Your opponent cannot target this card with spell effects, and you can only use each of the following effects of Mist once per turn. When your opponent activates a trap card or effect, you can banish one card from your hand or field, draw 2 cards. If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can target one of your banished mutant monsters instead. I thought he negated the trap too. Darn it, I misread it. But hey, getting to draw 2, pretty good if your opponent activates a trap. Which, I mean, you're not going to see traps too often nowadays, but that's the sucky part of modern Yu-Gi-Oh! But hey, anytime your opponent activates a trap, you get to draw 2, which is really, really good. Then you got Arsenal, who's a level 8 Fire Machine. It looks like he's got a minigun up here. Oh, wait, or is that his eye? I can't tell with this artwork. This almost looks like his eye and head, but then you got this up here, which is glowy, so I don't know. And he's the big guy. He's a fire, well, he's a level 8 3k 1000. Cannot be spell summoned except with the effect of a mutant. Your opponent cannot target this card with trap effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Mutant Arsenal once per turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can banish a card from your hand or field, and target one monster on the field, banish it. If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can target one of your banished mutant spells, add it to your hand, and of course, Mist adds one of your banished mutant monsters. These are all really good. The best one is obviously Beast because he negates spells. But if you get Beast out along with Arsenal, oh hey, you activate a monster effect, cool, I'm going to banish something and banish your monster. So sure, you might still get the effect, but you ain't keeping that monster. Which means if like they wanted to have it out, like for instance they activate Tour Guide and you banish the Tour Guide, and whenever they summon, they're kind of just stuck with, oh hey, cool. You know, that's really good. The weakest is obviously Mist though. Mainly because he activates when your opponent activates a trap, and then you get to draw 2. Now, drawing 2 is great, but however, you need to rely on your opponent activating a trap, which does suck. So therefore Beast and Good Arsenal are obviously the best of the 3, but Mist is also still good, just probably not going to be played as heavily. That being said, no matter how many number of these guys you're playing trade-in big time, because they're all level 8. I love it. These things are all really great. Their artwork is amazing. I can't make heads or tails of what they're supposed to be, but they're cool as heck. They remind me a lot of Resident Evil, at least up to this point, with like the virus in the tube getting bigger and bigger until it like starts branching out and taking control of everything. It just reminds me of Resident Evil. And then we get to the fusions and it turns into Lovecraft. I love this. Look at this artwork. Look at it! Look at it! That is beautiful! I want to build this deck just for the artwork alone! Look at that! This is Lovecraft! I love it! This is so cool. God, where do I even start? Okay, so Mutant Synthesis. Water Psychic Fusion Effect Monster. Level 9, 25, 2k. Not the greatest stats in the world, but it's going to make up for it with its effect. 2 mutant monsters with different attributes. If this card is fusion summoned, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it. So if you fusion summon during your opponent's turn, which is doable with the trap card we'll get to here in a little bit, you get to pop a card, which is really, really good. When your opponent well, even during your turn, obviously you get to pop it, but I'm talking about, you know, in response to your opponent doing something on their turn. Anyway, so when your opponent activates a card or effect as a quick effect, you can activate this effect for the rest of this turn. This card is unaffected by the effects of an opponent's card of the same type, monster, spell, or trap card, as that card. If this fusion summon card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can add one of your banished mutant cards to your hand. So, straight up, right off the bat, this thing is stupid. I love it, okay? Oh, hey, you activate Regeki? Okay, I'm going to activate the effect of Synthesis to make him immune to all of your spells. And now, oh, you have, I don't know, Book of Moon. I'm not going to have to worry about that Book of Moon or that Mobile Striker Engage or, I don't know. You know, it basically makes him immune to 1 card effect type per turn, and I love it. Just basically making it to where he gets that harder to kill. And also, if he does get killed, you get to add one of your banished mutant cards to your hand. That's really good. And of course, the other dudes can recycle him, so you can keep on fusion summoning. And of course, you can keep on using the fusion spell and fusion trap. Yes, they really do have 2 types of fusioning with a spell and a trap card. And then we got Mutant Ultimus. This thing is obviously your boss monster and what you want to go into, and one of the reasons why you're going to want to play each of the level 8s, even though Mist isn't all that great comparatively. Ultimus is a level 10 Psychic Fusion Effect monster with 3,500 attack and 3k defense. He needs 3 level 8 or higher mutant monsters to go into, so you need 3 of them. Obviously, they can all have the same name, but it's better if you do have multiples of like each, but I digress. When a card or effect is activated as a quick effect, you can banish 1 mutant card from your hand, graveyard, or face-up field of the same type, monster, spell, or trap card, negate that activation, and if you do, banish that card. If this fusion summon card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can add up to 3 of your banished mutant cards, up to 1 of each monster, spell, and trap card to your hand. You can only use each effect of Ultimus once per turn. So basically, Ultimus is a blanket negate. Endgame, you want to get an Ultimus with Beast and an Arsenal. That way, so you can just really profit off of your opponent doing stuff and, well, force them to not be able to do that stuff. And holy crap, it has dawned on me just how big this thing is. He's bigger than most kaiju. Look at this. Look at this. That's a helicopter there. That's a building there. I'm pretty sure... Oh, wait, no, that's his foot. I thought that was a river. Look at how big this thing is. Oh my god. Oh, that thing could kill Godzilla. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is so cool. I'm hoping to get another fusion. It'd be awesome. They need a level 11 and level 12. We'll probably get added in the next set. But I digress. God, this archetype is just so cool. It's right down my alley. And it's probably going to be expensive. Ultimus looks like a secret. Synthesis, Arsenal, Mist, and Beast all look like supers. Same thing with GB. Both the level 3 and level 2 are clearly ultras, which is just, And then the rest of the archetype look like it's super. Except for the field spell, which is an ultra. So, please don't be expensive, Ultimus. Dang it. Okay, so Mutant Evolution Lab. Field spell. When this card is activated, you can spell summon one of your level 4 or lower mutant monsters from your hand, or that is banished. Mutant monsters you control gain 100 attack for each of your banished mutant cards with different names. Once per turn during your draw phase, you can place one mutant monster from your hand on the bottom of the deck, and if you do, draw one card. You can only use each effect of Mutant Evolution Lab once per turn. So right off the bat, when you activate this, you get to spell summon any of your little dudes. Which is pretty good because then you can, well, recur one of your dudes from the banish zone, or you can, well, summon one from your hand and combo off from there, which is really, really handy. Alternatively, wait, ST92. Ooh. That's double what 46 is, right? Possible new support? And /J. /J, what does that mean? Oh god, look at how many there are. That's crazy. God, it's just the lore. I'm curious as to what the heck these things are supposed to be. Anyway, so yeah, right off the bat, you get to summon any of one of your little dudes, which is really, really great. Obviously, you don't want to summon the level 4, but the level 2 and level 3, go game on it. Mutant monsters you control get 100 attack for each of your banished mutant cards. I mean, it's cool. It's nothing major. It just kind of helps keep them alive and get through OTKs a bit better. I mean, with 5 of them, you get the boss monster to 4,000, not 4,000. What the heck am I saying? 4,000, which is pretty good because 2 of them can, well, end the game. But however, it's going to be interesting to see where we go with that. Once per turn during your main phase, you get to, well, place a mutant monster from your hand on the bottom of the deck and draw a card. It's just a simple cycling, allowing you to get through, well, what you want. You can trade a mutant that you don't care for a new card. I like it. It's nothing great, but it's helpful. And hey, you can summon the dudes from your deck with the little guys. Because if I remember right, the little guys... Okay, so they do summon from hand or deck. That was my concern, because if they only summon from deck, that would be very important that they have a way to cycle the big guys back in the deck. Kind of like how Assault mode has to have like 1,000,000 cards to do that for Assault mode. This does help out a lot, though, in all seriousness, just being able to keep on with, well, getting more support and more stuff. Next up, we got Mutant Fusion. I almost called it Metroid Fusion. Fusion summon a Mutant Fusion monster from your extract by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your hand or field. If your opponent has activated a card or effect this turn, you can also use up to 1 monster from each from your deck and graveyard as fusion material. You can only activate 1 Mutant Fusion per turn. This is really, really good. And just right off the bat, it fusion summons. It's just a standard poly. But hey, if your opponent activated a card this turn, you get to also use a monster from your deck or graveyard. Well, sorry, deck and graveyard. So if you have a level 8 in your graveyard and a level 8 in your hand, you can also use the wild dude in your deck to fusion summon. This is really good. I don't think it's anything stellar compared to some of the other fusion spells we've gotten in the past, but definitely helpful. Finally, we got Mutant Blast. It's an equipped spell card. Equip only to a level 8 or higher mutant monster you control at the start of the damage step. If the equipped monster attacks an opponent's special summon monster, you can banish that opponent's monster. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can banish this card, send the monster this card was equipped to the graveyard. If you do, special summon a level 8 mutant monster of a different original attribute from your hand or deck. You can only use this effect of Mutant Blast once per turn. The biggest thing is that this turns all your dudes into being able to summon out all your level 8s into being able to summon out another level 8. So, like, for instance, you summon out Mist and you want to switch them for Beast, you can do that. Or switch them for Arsenal, which is really helpful. And of course also you can equip this onto the big guys and be able to, well, banish your opponent's monsters, which is really handy, but you're mainly going to want to be equipping this onto the bigger ones to be able to switch them out for the bigger ones. My only issue with this is that I don't see it being played much because it's an equipped spell that can only be equipped onto your level 8s. If you could like equip this onto the level 4s and stuff, it'd be a lot better. And then finally we got their one trap card so far, Mutant Cry, which has probably my favorite artwork in the Archetype so far because it's just so terrifying. Like, that looks like its head and he's about to just blow up the city. It's a normal trap card. During the main phase, fusion summon a mutant fusion monster from your extract by shuffling the fusion materials listed on it into the deck from among the cards on your field, in your graveyard, and or face-up banishes the cards. You only activate one Mutant Cry per turn. And that is, well, all that I really... I mean, it's a trap card fusion card. It's Thunder Dragon fusion, but however, as a trap card, basically, for this archetype. So, what do I think about Mutants so far? Well, for a start, this is really good from the get-go. Not a lot of TCG exclusive archetypes are good from the get-go, and this is one of them. They are able to really be able to make some decent boards, get some oppression out, get some offense and defense out. I love it. They have seemingly good consistency to me, what with the plethora of psychic support, as well as also just their ability to be able to mix well with some other archetypes. Most notably is Metaphys, good old Thunder Dragons, and finally Nemesis. Now, how well will they mix with any of those three? Only time will tell. I get the feeling mostly people are going to be mixing them with Thunder Dragons because they're the best of the bunch. Nemesis has some different things and can help them recover stuff, but this deck is already good at recurring their stuff, so I don't think they really need it. And then Metaphys are just too slow for modern Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is kind of funny because they're not that old. That being said though, my biggest issue with this deck so far is the fact that they really don't have a lot of options in terms of their traps, as well as also their monsters. You're basically going to be mainly going for Beast and Arsenal, and then trying to make Ultimates as soon as possible. And then on top of that, despite focusing on banishing their stuff a lot, and while being able to recur their stuff, they don't have a lot of benefit to doing it. If you banish your dudes, you're getting a plus off of it, like you would with Metaphys or Thunder Dragons. And it's because they're focused on more on the recursion aspect of it that Nemesis... sorry, did I say Nemesis earlier? I meant to say Metaphys and Thunder Dragons they plus off of. But because the deck is so good at recurring, the Nemesis archetype isn't particularly great for them either. So it's going to be interesting seeing how this deck evolves and flourishes, especially as we move on to getting more support for it. But as it stands now, I'm really excited. I want to try and pick it up whenever it comes out, but I kind of doubt I'll be able to, what with my current financial situation, and also just the fact that there's no real point in picking up Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I really do want to get at least a couple Ultimates, because oh my god, that artwork. I digress though. What do you guys think about Mutant so far? I'm really impressed. While we got it pulled up, might as well talk about the other two cards that were announced today. Constellar Caducus, or Caduceus. He looks like Kirkion almost, but like bigger and shinier and spikier. He's a level 4 light spellcaster effect, 1600, 1550. You can only use his first and second effects once per turn each. If you control a Constellar other than himself, you can spell summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can add a Constellar spell trap card from your deck to your hand. I love how that's not once per... Well, it's not a hard... Well, actually, no, it is a hard once per turn. But it's not on summon. It's anytime while he's on the field. So if you get, like, him out, leave him on the field for multiple turns, you can just keep adding your spells and traps. And then a Constellar exceeds monster that has this card as material gains this effect. If this card battles a light or dark monster before damage calc, you can banish that monster. Pretty simple Pseudo Catastrophe effect right there. I love it. Now, Constellars, they don't have the most stellar spell and trap card lineup, to say the least. They only have a handful of spells. Constellar Twinkle's okay. It lets you increase or decrease the level of a monster, and then you can banish it from your graveyard to add the... You can banish Constellar to add it to your hand, which is okay. Star Cradle is nice, but it prevents you from doing your battle phase, but there's no once per turn on it, so you can keep just recurring stuff, which is great. Tempest is some interesting effects. You can target 2 Constellars Detach all materials from both, and if you do, have your opponent's life points, which is really mean, and Constellars can get out multiple XCs pretty easily. Then also you can just attach more stuff onto one of your dudes once per turn. Star Chart lets you draw a card every time you special summon a Constellar XC's monster. Well, at least once per turn, but if you get out multiple, oh my god, drawing 3 a turn is just wonderful. Constellar Belt lets you prevent your opponent from activating, while negating your light monster effects. And then Meteor's just, well, garbage. It just basically turns all your dudes into Grand Moles after damage calc. So he doesn't have the greatest number of stuff to be able to search out, but him being a free special summon for Constellars is much welcome. And who knows, hopefully they'll get more spells and traps. And then there's the new trap card, Angel Statue Azure Rune. Continuous trap. Spell summon this card is an effect monster, Fairy Light, level 4, 1800 attack, 1800 defense. Card is still a trap card. Once per turn, when your opponent would spell summon a monster while this card is in your monster zone, you can send this card. You can send to the graveyard 1 continuous trap in your monster zone. That's spell summon from a spell and trap card zone. Negate that summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. When this card in a monster zone is destroyed by battle, you can destroy a monster to destroy this card. It's really good. Pretty good for trap decks, obviously. Well, trap monster decks. And I like it a lot, but it's nothing major. Just really cool for trap monster decks. So they get some more utility and negation. Like it a lot. Not the greatest thing in the world to really take note of, but still pretty cool. And that is it for everything. Obviously, the big thing of the day is the Mutant Archetype. I love it. I can't wait to playtest it. I keep checking Ygopro. It's not on there yet. Let me play it. Oh, God. Anyways, guys, thank y'all for watching. Have a great day. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Rate, comment, and subscribe. And see y'all later. Peace out. Thank you all for watching the video. Have a great day. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Rate, comment, and subscribe. And see y'all later.